We're here with Kyle Hoops, Craig Potts, and Daniel Grindrod, day before the national championship. Kyle, we'll talk to you first. At the beginning of the year, did you think you'd be playing soccer in December?
I mean, I hope so, but obviously we don't expect all of this.
Talk a little bit about the last 2 or 3 days this week. First All-American in Westchester soccer since the late 60s, and then a semifinal win. What, if you could sum up the last 2 or 3 days of your life, how would you do it?
I mean, it's just been an incredible experience. Yeah, it's the whole week. I mean, beginning of the week was a lot of fun, getting to meet some of the other teams, and just being with the guys an extra week has been awesome. It's been a lot of fun. I felt like we've grown a lot closer as a team. And then the win yesterday, of course, was just amazing. Yeah.
Dan, talk a little bit about the assist on the goal and the service into Pixley. What did you see him making that run, and kind of take it back and walk us through that play?
Yeah, well, Miller made a run down the line, bringing the defender with him, which freed me up, and I came trailing in for him. He gave me a nice ball I had a lot of time, so I was able to pick my head up. I saw Jason coming across, and I kind of just picked him out, and made a great finish out of it.
From some of the people like Kyle Hoops and Sammy Phelps that you've had to learn from back there?
Yeah, going in my first couple of games, I was a little shaky, a little nervous, but throughout the year, just playing alongside Sammy, Kyle, everyone, I've definitely got a lot of experience from watching them play.
Sum up this NCAA tournament run if you can, knocking off Charleston, who was a defending national champ, and then getting here to Pittsburgh.
I don't know, I'm lost for words, honestly. It's a crazy experience, especially being as a freshman, playing a lot. I mean, when we beat Charleston, we played very well defensively, we got an early goal. It's just crazy.
Getting to play in the tournament the 2 years prior, but I think we just realized how hard it is to get to this point, especially the seniors. Our freshman year, we didn't even make our conference playoffs. And so we realized that this is a privilege to get to play here. And so we just take every game really seriously, and yeah, this whole team, we just don't quit on any game, and it's really carried us through this tournament.
All right, Coach, talk about this tournament run the day before the national championship game. You've certainly beaten some very high-ranked teams, high-level teams, but did you think this team had it in them going into the tournament, and what were some of your expectations?
Yeah, I can't say I thought, yeah, we'll be in the Final Four. It's been an unbelievable run. We thought, in the beginning of the season, we thought we'd be good and compete for a PSAC title and put ourselves in position to be in the NCAA tournament. And then once we get here, it's, we take your shots. And the strength of this group is that they just have a great sense of self-belief, and they just keep battling and fighting, and they believe in each other, they buy into what we're trying to do, and we've found some ways to beat some very good teams. So hopefully we can do that one more time.
So what about, talk a little bit about the faith you kind of put in some young players in some very important positions, kind of with Craig Potts as center back and Grindrod center mid.
Yeah.
We're strong up the middle, but we got some youth there too. What we do going into the season? What made you say, these guys can handle that workload?
Part of our whole philosophy is the way we decide playing time is just if you're good enough, you're old enough, and these guys have earned it at practice every day. Certainly for Danny and Steven and Doug, some of our sophomores right through the middle, they got great experience last year as freshmen. So we kind of, when we were recruiting them and looking at the landscape with what we were going to be losing last year graduation, the hope was we'll get their feet wet freshman year and then kind of give them the keys a little bit in their sophomore year. And then with Craig, Craig's a special freshman without question, but he's benefited by playing with 3 seniors next to him, a senior behind him, and a senior in front of him. So he's a little special, though, at the same time. I was looking at the stats today. I can't believe he's played 2,000 minutes as a freshman. So he's, I guess, technically not a freshman maybe anymore. But they all, have had great experiences growing up through youth soccer. And we found guys through the recruiting process that we thought could step in early and handle.
Talk a little bit about, have you thought about what you're going to tell the guys in the locker room tomorrow before they take the field?
Yeah. We'll tell them, we'll keep it similar to what we always do, and that we'll give them a quick reminders about what we need to do tactically, what the strengths are of Barry, and how we can counter those. And then we'll save a little something extra for the end to try to make sure that they're ready to go. I don't want to get them too excited and too hyped. I think they're going to be already a little anxious and a little nervous. So it's about managing those emotions and trying to get them in the right frame of mind so that we can go out and perform to our best.
Do you feel like this team has kind of handled pressure really well, and that it's just another soccer game now? No one in that locker room will tell you tomorrow is just another soccer game.
I think for the most part, sure. I think beating Charleston as we did, having to get the venue changed and then going to play Adelphi, playing a good Cal Poly team here yesterday, there's going to be nerves. It's going to be hard to say, oh yeah, it's a national championship, it's just another game. But this group has handled some adversity very well, and I expect they'll do that again tomorrow.
Now, I know you're very versed in the history of Westchester soccer, but do you feel like this team is kind of writing its own chapter and starting its own history and tradition in the NCAA tournament?
I'd like to think so. This has been the third straight tournament. I think it's been a great start. We've gone a little bit deeper each time we've played in it. Hopefully we'll win tomorrow, and so next year we won't be able to go any deeper and maybe just try to repeat or something. But yeah, I think that this group, they've been unbelievable in terms of getting this program back to what we thought it could be and competing at the highest end of the national level.
Talk a little bit about your few days here in Pittsburgh and the NCAA putting on this festival. What has been the experience being this your first festival?
It's an unbelievable experience, an unforgettable experience for our guys. Signage everywhere, so many different activities, having all of these athletes from all these teams around be able to interact with each other and get to meet new friends and those types of things for them. They've been treated very well by the NCAA, and so it's going to be a lifetime worth of memories for them. That's all.
Thanks, Go.